Well, all right, YouTube, we are here. We have a guest that's on Camp Terra. Hi, guest.
Hi, guest.
He's the pack mule, and we're gonna go over some of his stuff too, cause he's got an awesome pack. But we are going in the Honey Island Swamp area for a overnight, and might not be a lot of video on the way in, but just stick with us. On today's video, we are overnighting in shelters in the Honey Island Swamp. Hang with us. Bye.
It's like none of that matters, really.
Getting ready to be turkey season soon. I wonder if they got any birds in here. All right, friends, we are at our little Camp Terra site. We're gonna forego setting up because there's nothing. It's one thing to do a tent or a shelter setup to show someone how to do it, but we just want to chill this weekend, so we're gonna spare you us fumbling through and setting up a basic dome tent and a poncho shelter that I did a review on last video. I'll link that above if you want to see that. Nando's going to be using a little dome tent. I'm going to be using it is the OneTigris Transformer Poncho Shelter. So we're going to clean this up a little bit, and we're going to get camp set up. We're also going to check out Fernando's pack. Y'all seen mine, so we'll be back. So we have got camp set up, and we are processing some firewood. So we're going to check out a little bit of our camp setups. This is the OneTigris Transformer, and it's not just an umbrella, it's one of those camouflage umbrellas that you can attach on to anything cylindrical or vertical. So that's how the umbrella is set up. Just a little added benefit of some shade, and we might get some rain in the morning. So here is Fernando's setup. We're gonna put the fire right in here this evening. This is Fernando's little setup, and as you can see, we've started on the fire processing for tonight. We got some wood here. Not enough, but we're gonna have enough soon. So hang with us. We'll be back. Yeah. All right, friends, we are back doing some just some chit-chatting. We've processed our wood. You can see our little fire for later. Kind of ready. We got some wood processed back here. And Nando, I noticed your pack there. Why don't you give us the spiel about your pack?
Okay. Well, this is a process some, I think, decades in the making.
So it's kind of like old style frame pack, right?
That's the mindset.
Yeah.
Because when I started the shopping process, I thought, let me just go with what I know, which is Army stuff. And I was just going to get an Alice rig, like a large bag with the regular Alice frame.
Right.
And they got a little shelf unit that you use with radio and RTO sort of applications. But I looked at the price, and I remembered how those things were, and they're not very comfortable. So I thought I'd look further on, and then I found these frame packs, and there's a number of options out there. So Cabela's has a couple. Badlands people have some.
Yep. Expensive.
And it's the price point. And then they got
Yep.
this outfit up in Washington called Bull Packs, which I recommend everybody go eyeball because it's squared away. It's totally overbuilt.
Bull pack?
Bull Packs. Bullpacks.
Gotcha.
And I had a chat with him on the phone, and I was sold. But again, I thought that, you know, it's like kind of a premium. And then I kept on, just on a whim, just kept looking, and I came across this unit from Slumberjack, and it's called the Railhauler 2.
And we'll leave a link in the description. Put it up so we can get a front view of it.
Here's the back as it sits, with some extras on there.
Now you put the extra little bags on it, right?
Confirmed,
For
because the unit itself is the frame, the shoulder straps, and the waist belt.
Gotcha.
And as far as how it works as a whole, it's pretty squared away. It's pretty squared away, and I've carried up to measured about 80 or 90 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like walking around the neighborhood at night like a loon. But anyway.
I like the thick, I love the thick belt padding though, especially in the back, the lumbar part. And then there's a good shot of the shelf back there.
So this shelf folds up and down.
Yeah.
And it's got a hard stop. And it's got this fabric panel that reaches over, and you can put anything you need in there.
Ah, okay.
So that's the whole idea of this modularity. The back of it here has got a couple of strips of this Molly webbing, and that's pretty cool. So I got some surplus stuff, this ACU stuff, and just a generical grip for the odds and ends. I keep my game bags, pair of gloves, plastic.
So, and see, we are down in South Louisiana, Mississippi area. What drove you for the need for like a frames pack?
So the application,
lightweight frame pack.
you can haul anything that you need to haul, and that's great, and it's modular. So if you have to haul game, or if you have to haul camping gear, outstanding. But in particular, because we're in Louisiana and we're all about humid, you get a lot more airflow with this design than you do with an internal frame pack or
my
just
back's
a
always
rucksack.
soaked. Yep.
And that's okay, except if you're hauling 80, 90 pounds in, well, sometimes it's like 80 degrees in November, you're going to wear yourself out.
Yeah.
And
Just
this
being
little bit
hot.
of extra airflow makes sometimes all the difference.
Big deal.
And when I haul the deer out of the woods, I'll let you know how well it works.
Yeah.
But that's the mindset. So that's about it. That's the
The
short
little
story.
brown bag on the top, that comes with it, right? That's
No.
that's part of it, or no?
No, that's all a little bit of extra add-on because
That's extra that you added on.
this is a
Yeah.
hydration bladder
Okay.
bag. And it's not optimal because it doesn't quite fit exactly because, of course, it's not built for this, but
But it works though.
it works well enough. And I can keep some poncho in here and some unit and anything I want. Plus, I guess I could put a hydration bladder, but I haven't tried it with it.
Right.
And I got a saw bag and just a regular canteen unit. And I got another canteen unit on the waist strap in order to keep something handy like compass.
Right. What's in the brown bag that's sitting on the shelf?
This is the incidentals that I keep if I do put an animal on the ground. Right now I just got my phone, but I keep plastic
Yeah.
and my knife and zip ties and whatever all I might
Just
need.
knick-knack.
Yeah, you know,
Possibles. Yeah, possible stuff.
A
Coffee,
can of-
whatever knick-knack.
exact, because that'll save the day sometimes.
Yep. I love the knick-knack bags.
So I got that, and that works out pretty tight. So overall, the price point of this unit is somewhere 100 to 150
Brand new?
new,
Nice.
and the better part is to understand that the Slumberjack people.
It's in cryptic camo too.
Yeah, I guess that's fruit, but
yeah,
I wouldn't even care. You know, like for example, I'm getting kind of clashy with this kind of pattern and all that, but I don't care. It's very handy.
You know the dry weight of an empty?
No, not offhand, but it's for what it is, it's doable. I've hauled really cumbersome things like a hunting chair, and I've like set up a ground blind.
Yeah.
So you could probably walk out there with a hunting chair over your shoulder. But when you put all that kind of junk up in here, you can spend out all day in a ground blind, and you know, it's a little bit more luxury.
They got an outfit, and the name escapes me. And their logo is a mule, but it's not what you said earlier.
Bull packs.
Yeah, but it's something mule, and they have a pack. It's not like the the webbing that you can just extend out for the diameter that you need for the amount of stuff. Lift that up a little bit, the webbing, like out.
Well,
like it will pack that.
When you cinch everything up, it kind of dresses up a lot more.
Yeah, I see. But this thing is made to have like a pack up high, so the bottom of the pack would be where your shelf starts, and then the pack goes up above the frame. Yeah. But you could use the pack, the
shelf,
as a seat. It's a seat, and it's got legs, and it stands straight up.
Now there's
but that thing is like $350.
In Europe, when they drive game, there's a lot of clever things set up where you basically are set up on a firing line or a picket.
Yeah.
And folks will go out there with different kind of stools and things, and then you have these packs that have a chair built into it, and it's really trick. You're right, the price point is a little something, but for a gentleman spending for a driven boar hunt in Poland, it's maybe not that big a deal.
Right.
This thing is pretty much what I was looking to do. There's one drawback that you're going to have to compromise, like with so many things. The width of it is not optimal for going through really nasty bush.
It's wider than you want it?
Well, it's wider than you want it when you're going through the bush. It's about as wide as your shoulders.
Yeah.
But when you walk through the bush, you're twisting and turning.
Yeah.
And then this thing is not helping you.
I see what you're saying.
On the other side, if we had it narrower, say to the middle of your shoulder blades in your back on each side, you would be able to traverse through the bush better, but it may not be as stable with a heavy load. So whatever the compromise, this is what I ended up with, and I think I'm okay with it. I got some other ideas coming in the future that I'm going to try out. Like up at the top here, this is great for grabbing on and throwing it in the back of the truck. And I've tried it out as a rest for your rifle, except you need to put something so that you can get enough cushion that you don't get a bounce, because as a improvised monopod, tripod, it's too hard and it'll affect your shot. Other than that, there's a few other little things that I'm thinking about tweaking, but it's pretty squared away the way it is. So I'm into it total. I got a deal because I bought it at Costco. So I'm probably about $150 into it as it looks. And that's not bad. So over the long haul, I'll know better how it works, but the straps are still stretching some, and I have to cinch them up once in a while. And if they stay stable, I'll be satisfied. But other than that, it's pretty durable. And the first example I got was damaged in shipping, and the Slumberjack people finally came around after so much chatter on the phone And I have to say that their customer support is pretty organized. It's just not entirely attuned to the needs of a hunter. They're getting there, though. I guess most folks use this to go camping.
Yeah, it's perfect for that. For heavy loads, it's perfect. The more and more, it's just practicality and what will last. What is durable? Practicality and durability.
I haven't babied this, but I haven't thrown it down.
I mean, you haven't gone out of your way to beat the shit out of it.
Right. Because I'd rather spare myself the expense of replacing.
Or just wait until you fall down the hill, right?
Yeah.
Wait until you go down like those big hills in Kasachi.
And that was looking like a possibility at one moment.
Well, what's great is whoever finds you may be able to use it as like a makeshift
to haul your
stretcher.
ass out.
Yeah.
He better have some strong
length.
back if he's going to haul me.
Lying.
But yeah.
Well, it could put you on that in a way. Your legs would dangle, but they could attach the ropes from the helicopter and just suck you up.
He's got a lot of suck to do.
Anyway, much appreciated. We are going to be back. This was just a little, I really love his pack, and it was perfect for the Camp Terra channel to go through it. I'm actually going to be looking at one of these things because I don't know. Yeah, I think I filmed on the way in this on your back, but I got a good picture. I'll put the picture up of him with the amount of stuff that he's got.
Oh, I overloaded it.
How much weight do you think you had?
Oh, about like
40
30, 35 pounds. It's not a big deal today because it's just camping gear. But at home, to try to get my wind back and more, I put in sandbags that I've measured out.
Yeah.
So I know I'm carrying 80 to 90 pounds.
You do your walks around the neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's a little cranky looking, but it's at night when it's cool and everything.
But that is great. That's a good thing to do.
It will flex a little bit when you put that much weight, but it still holds it okay.
Yeah. All right, friends, we will be back. Thank you. Stick with us. Dude, was that what I think it was? Huh? Yeah, it was, huh?
No, I didn't hear nothing. What do you mean?
I thought you might have farted. So, we just got back a little while ago from our, we went on a walkabout in the swamp here just to go. They had some features on the map that looked like a ridge, but it was really a depression. But we did a nice little flank. Left the camera just because sometimes it's nice to just be free of anything in your hands or on your back and just go enjoy yourself. So that's what we did. And then we did see, I'm walking straight, I almost stepped on, I don't know, what, 3 feet away, 2 feet away, the snake?
Within shitting distance.
Yeah, within shitting distance. So, is that a moccasin or a cottonmouth?
It's a cottonmouth.
Yeah, it was a cottonmouth. Big, fat sucker, too. So that kind of woke us up. So we're getting ready to have our, this is something new. I don't know if y'all have seen this before. This is something local here to Louisiana from Monroe. It's called Burma Blonde Lager by Flying Tiger. Check this stuff out if you can find it. It's very good. Very good. So we're just winding down. We're getting ready to actually, we're supposed to be in the mid 50s all day and 60, what did I say? 4. So it got a little warm today. So we're gonna wait a little bit longer and then we're gonna start the fire. We might eat a little bit later.
I'm not really hungry yet.
No, I'm not hungry either. The muffalata, we had mufaladas bushcrafting people that aren't from Louisiana, do they have mufaladas other places?
There's not even a dream of mufalada available outside of
Like in Alabama or Mississippi or Texas or Arkansas? You think they have it there?
Arkansas would be better served to find a good dictionaries to start.
Well,
Prost.
Cheers, brother. How would you, what's mufalada for the fans that don't know?
It's not even Italian, it's Sicilian.
It's Sicilian. No, but it's like two little French breads with, what's on it? You know better than me.
You got salami, ham.
Salami, ham.
And it's provolone.
Provolone.
Olive salad.
Olive salad, that's the key.
And
a little bit of oil.
The secret is to drizzle the oil into the bread.
Drizzle the oil into the bread. And we just picked out on some.
And when you eat it, you gotta hold your finger up like that.
Yeah. It was delicious. We had that and some meat sticks. And we lugged in a 6-pack of these Burma blondes. We had one when we got here. We're gonna have another one, and we're gonna save the other one for tonight around the fire.
Right. And this is for all the homies.
The homies.
That couldn't be here now.
Yeah, because they're all out in, all the lunatics are at Mardi Gras right now. This is like Mardi Gras season. Next Tuesday is what we call Fat Tuesday. That's Mardi Gras Day.
Ugh.
But we have a whole week of parades and weekend leading up to. You know, we have Lundi Gras on Monday. Then there's Mardi Gras on Tuesday.
Tonight's in
Damien, like some of the biggest Mardi Gras parades down in New Orleans are happening, tonight. And we're out in the woods.
And we're sitting on our butt, talking about snakes the size of alligators.
It was we were kind of, well, you'd have thought with all the pig sign that we just went through that we would have jumped something up.
Well, they might be here for breakfast.
I know years ago, like way before, like remember when you used to go in the Pearl River, Honey Isle Swamp on old Highway 11, right?
Right.
Before Katrina.
And you could walk.
Yeah, you could walk in the woods. The woods were mature, and you could take those trails and go in there and squirrel hunt and come back with squirrels. And there wasn't a time that me and my buddy would go in there, and wherever we would walk to, we would scare up or flush pigs. And you'd usually hear them, you'd hear them running, and you'd look, and they'd always be around like that water we saw.
That water pond.
Running across that water. Wow.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, damn. And they'd be in groups, there'd be some that had that brown, there'd be some that were like
Calico.
Whitish with the black, black spots and stuff. I always wanted to get one, and then what was kind of nuts is once Katrina came, my good friend passed away. You get older, life happens. It's just it was never the same. I mean, that wildlife management area was never really the same after.
No.
And I don't even know how it is now. I mean, have you been into that area, to those woods?
Because there's an issue of pressure, and I'm trying to separate myself from all this activity, and I don't really wish to compete with folks. So
yeah,
I don't want to go in there and have to park my car with a bunch of other folks.
Yeah.
And so I just try to skip it.
It's to where it's not really fun anymore with
and
running
you can't
into
really
people.
Walk because all those trees have been blown down, and I guess it might be okay now, but it's still
I don't
probably,
know. The trees have still got to be there.
They're all just
dude, the bugs are coming out.
The bugs are coming out.
We didn't expect bugs. 50 degrees with a light variable wind of 7 to 11. I mean, it was chilly this morning, and it was like that yesterday too. So today was supposed to be a repeat of that. We had more of a very still spring-like sunny day. It's just now that it's starting to get overcast again. And guess what? There is a slight chance for rain in the morning.
In the morning?
But that's why we got the gear.
Every
We're
30
gonna
minutes.
see. We're gonna see what happens. That's kind of why I brought that little umbrella thing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because I'm more open. I mean, you're good to go. You got rainfly.
No, you'll be all right in a hooch. But, you know, it's no good in a storm.
So, just letting you guys know, we are in the southern part of the Bogue Chitto National Wildlife Refuge. The border of southeast Louisiana and Mississippi, that border is the Pearl River.
Pearl River drainage.
Pearl River drainage. It goes all the way down to the Gulf, and then it goes up through Mississippi, right? So along the border of Louisiana, in southeast Louisiana and Mississippi, you have the Honey Island Swamp Wildlife Management Area, Pearl River Wildlife Management Area, that is more south than, but running that drainage of Pearl River. And then on top of the Wildlife Management Area, which is north of there, but still in that, it's like a swath of the river, you have this National Wildlife Refuge. Here in southeast Louisiana, we have close to, I think it's 4 or 5 National Wildlife Refuges. So we have Bogue Chitto, we have Big Branch. God, what are the other? There's 3 more that are south. Anyway, Bogue Chitto is the only one in the regulations, because like I study that kind of stuff, that will allow you to camp, disperse camp, 100 feet away from creeks and streams. So that's kind of why we're here. So this is the little hooch for tonight, and as you can see, I've got the Climate Static V Lux for my pad, little ground sheet. I have a 20-degree bag because it was supposed to be damp and in the low 50s, possibly 40s. Now it's going to be just in the upper 50s. I have my Nemo pillow there. Of course, the shelter, y'all have heard it a million times. It's the OneTigris Transformer Poncho Shelter. And I added this little umbrella to the front of it, just to give me a little added shelter if it starts raining or the wind picks up. So I have my bush box there ready. It's not actually a bush box. It's a OneTigris twig stove as well. I got my twigs ready for dinner tonight. And that is the home for tonight. It's gonna be nice. We got our firewood kind of processed and ready to go. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's enough to get started. And there's so much stuff on the ground, we could easily get more just by dragging it around. So there's Fernando. He's putting the, yeah, I might have to put the long sleeve on too because of the bugs.
Because the bugs are going to get friendly.
Plus, we can light the fire to get the bugs away too if you want.
Yeah, we will in short order. I mean, just because.
Yeah.
But you know, I think people already understand that we're in the swamp and all, but it can be a real problem making a fire on the ground unless you put some kind of things like this bark and stuff, or you make like a platform. Like the way this is right now, it's going to smoke a lot, so it'll help us with all the bugs.
So we got some bark, and then right in here, that fluff that you see, that's actually like strands of cypress bark that have stretched off
Yeah.
to make like a good little bird's nest. And then of course we got our twigs to start out.
No, in 12 years' time, you know, you'll be able to put this on a beer legally.
Yeah. All right, it's fire time, friends.
All right. Jesus God.
Bugs are getting rough. Starting
Well,
to get dark.
this will send them on their way.
What, the fire?
Yeah, some of that smoke and shit. I'm not even hungry yet, man.
Dude, the muffaladas did the trick. So this is what he was asking about. This is striker fire. Has anybody seen these before? So, you know, there's actually kind of like the same material to strike a match is on the back of this. And then what these look like, you know, things are so damp here that it's tough to find things that are dry. So this is what it looks like. It's like a big match head, but this stuff that'll burn for a while. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of them in a pack.
How much does it cost, Scott?
I think this was like $4 or $5.
4 or $5.
Burns for 12 minutes. No need for fluids, lighters, or kindling. Lights quickly and easily. Match-like head. Strike on back of box. Strike a fire. Fire starter that strikes like a match. From Diamond. Ding.
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on, dude. Somebody's got themselves.
Well, this is old school.
What is that, man?
It's a sterno.
That's a sterno stove?
Oh yeah, man. You don't know this unit? Sterno's got old school. And they had this, I had this in the box from 20 years ago.
You're kidding.
And I took it out and it's brand new still.
Yeah, it looks brand new.
But it's, I don't know what you call it.
So it just makes a box, you put a can
Oh,
of
yeah.
sterno in the center, and then you got
put,
your
you
little
got
grate.
you got a little space here. You put your sterno unit there.
Yeah.
And but you can put your sticks in there as well. I've done that.
Yeah.
And these things cost like $4 or $5. I don't know what they cost nowadays.
Dude, I had never seen that before.
Check it out.
Where do you get it at?
Hardware store.
Yeah, shit. Huh. How does this work?
Oh, it's got a little mystery to it, but it's not that complicated.
But this doesn't fold down. It like stays square like this.
No, it pancakes.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, hell. I like this thing.
I'll show you. Give it to me. Oh, it's let me see.
Let me get mystified with the
So
sterno.
you got a door, and you can play with that. And then you got this little part that comes away. And comes away. And so you...
Oh, it all stays together, too.
Yeah. You just fold your lacy.
Oh, this is nice.
You don't know about this?
No.
I don't know what this is called, but it pancakes.
That's perfect.
And I keep it in my kit. And next time Katrina comes to town, you know, this kind of thing will make life a little bit more bearable.
Hell yeah. You know what I like about it? I mean, I love the little one that I got, but I like it's a rectangle and not a square. It gives you more air flow and a little bit more air area.
You know, I know, but I wonder about all that efficiency stuff. If it takes 4 or 5 minutes more, I'm out here chilling. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, 4 or 5 minutes is okay for me.
I know.
And I get it. I guess high speed, low drag, sterno is not, but I think it's cost $4 or $5.
I haven't really seen anybody bring a little sterno stove like that out on any video I've ever seen.
Well,
you just did on Camp Terra, friends. That's right. You saw the sterno stove here, friends, on Camp Terra.
this is old school, you know.
Yeah, that's old. That's good, but that's for a alcohol stove, right? Or where do you put underneath the stove?
Yeah,
Fuel.
I got a Trangia, but I can't find it.
Oh man.
I traded it when I was in Norway, and I can't find it. So I'm not worrying about it. I made one.
You made one.
Yeah.
People should have done this before it was getting dark. The most of the homemade alcohol stoves I see are cans. So
I know,
that's
but
just an Altoid can.
And if you use a Kiwi or
So that's a sponge in there.
no, that's
What is that?
the kind of soil conditioner that you put into potted plants. I can't remember the name of it. It's
And that burns.
no. What it does is it's this porous material that you put
Put
your
the alcohol in.
you put your alcohol in there, and then it will allow it to evaporate evenly and burn hotter than if you just put it into a dish.
Oh, so
Right.
when are you gonna make me one now?
You want one?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any more tins. You just
Oh,
got to scrounge,
get
you
you a
know.
tin.
I guess you
Oh.
could use an Altoid. You can use an Altoid tin.
Yeah. Well, where do you get that stuff?
This is
The stone.
This is,
no, the stone thing that's in there.
hardware store.
So what do I go? Hey, I need a soil porous stone for
Right. It's like I can't remember the name of it. Prevskite, I think. No, that's for solar
so
panels.
you brought your alcohol too?
Yeah. Right
So like when you saturate it,
Oh.
how long will it burn?
You can brew a cup.
Enough to get
Oh yeah, you can
A
brew
boil
a cup.
going?
Yeah, you can a can of beans for what you know. I got a what's that in there? A couple ounces.
yeah,
So that's like 2 meals, 3 meals.
yeah.
You know. So on your tailgate, you had a rough morning, and everything's beating you down. You put together a brew, and you can turn things around.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how bad it goes, if you can put together a nice hot brew, you can turn the day around. So, yeah, this is not high tech. It's not lightweight. I got another butane stove somewhere that you hook up to a bottle, and it's cool, but it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah. And that's like more for a car camping deal, huh? Or no?
I guess so, but it's pretty small. You know, you could stow it away nice. This is just for just simple shit. So I had this grip, and I had such high hopes, but not meant to be. This thing is a piece of shit. And then I tried to
What is it?
salvage it. I took a can of that, what you call it, that spray that you use to seal up leaks.
Oh, like Black Seal or
That's it. That's it. I said, great, I'll fix it with that. Well, my best intentions were, this thing got wet in a rain, and it became nothing but a wet noodle, like stupid. I said, my God, this is like impossible. We got to fix it. So I sprayed this shit all over it.
The Flex Seal?
Yeah, and it just fucking ruined it. So.
Well, we did make it through the night, but it rained. It wasn't supposed to rain, but it rained. And the OneTigris Transformer, it kept me dry, but let me show you. It kept me in the sleeping bag dry. Now, granted, I have a military sleeping bag cover that helped, but everything else is pretty wet. So as you can see, all along the sides there got wet. The water's going underneath there. Of course, all my twigs got wet. But I know I wasn't soaking wet, so I guess you could say it did its job. But I think I'm gonna keep that little deal being a day trip shelter and primarily use it for a poncho. Because I could have used some room in there last night to keep all my stuff dry. I mean, I got cameras in there that got my sleeping bag, stuff sack over it, trying to keep it dry. And so anyway, lessons learned. We still had a great time. This is the dome. Welcome. This is Sabatini from the Italian Army. Here he is this morning. Say hello, Sabatini.
No, it's not Italian this morning. It's all about, aqua.
Yeah, it's saturated, and I had a surplus backpack rain cover. Well, guess what? It is saturated all the way through. It did not do a damn thing. I mean, it looks great. I love the camo and all, but it didn't do a damn thing. So it got my bag wet. So I'm gonna have to find something for that. So it's about what, 8, 9 o'clock? Something like that?
I think it's 8:30.
8:30. So it's still dripping in here. We're gonna pick up all the wet and try to get out of here. Might try to go to a Waffle House or something. We'll see. But there it is. It did keep me dry. And if I wouldn't have had that umbrella, I think I'd have gotten a lot more wet. Big time. Anyway, we will be back.